Yo, I'm back. I'm just testing my stream a bit more. We're getting through all the kinks. And that way, foundation is set. Always just do the things I need to do. If you look into any famous streamer, anyone successful, you're gonna realize that they had to set up all their foundation first. They got that out of the way. And as they worked all that out, everything became easier and everything was working smoothly together. And that's exactly what I'm wanting to do. That's what I'm doing. I already got it ready. It's just that if you watch my other ones, you'll notice like, damn, I mean, I'll probably delete them by the time you even watch this. But the latency was horrible. So like the lag between my real life watching the video and you watching the video and in the video it was off. Not only in like the lag time between you watching the stream, but also the YouTube videos that I was watching. The YouTube videos that I was watching weren't on time. It's horrible. It was very concerning. Um, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what games could I run on my Mac Air M1 that are funny and would be fun to stream. Any new ones like survival? I heard of one that was very realistic with coconuts. Don't starve together. I think Stranded Deep might be the one. No, the forest is fire. Okay. What to do? Don't starve together. Seems like a good one. If that's the one I was thinking of. No, that's Don't Starve. I thought it was a different one. That's not what it was. Definitely. Hmm. What was the other one? It was a raft. I think a raft is it. Don't know. So I'm gonna watch a video. See if this is it. A second. I'm trying to find. Go. All right. See what videos we got of this. This might be it. You can't even hear that. Give me a second. Why can't you hear that? I'll fix it.
How did the world become so
There we go.
wet? How many of this shark's family members can I murder in cold blood? And how epic can I make my raft? Please make sure your life jacket is fitted snugly, and if you do fall in, your best bet against the great white shark is to punch it on the nose. But with free reign in the water, I cleaned up what was left to grab. I found the shark bothered me a bit, but I poked him on the shark. What is this guy doing?
Like
if a foundation your engine is sitting on gets destroyed, and decided to put a simple smoothie into blend. My first time using the juice.
How the hell do you get a juicer on an island?
The Edge engines felt a little close to Tangaroa. That must have been the character.
This is not the one I was thinking of. I don't like that. Raft is not the one. It was on an island. Oh, it's stranded deep, I think. That's what I meant to look up actually in the first place. That is the game. I want that game.
Stranded Deep is definitely not a game for everyone. It is one of the most controversial survival games with really mixed
Why?
reviews. Now the game has good survival mechanics, but also game-breaking bugs and issues. In this video, we're gonna take a deep dive into the game and explore if you should buy
There's
the
still
game.
some latency
Stranded Deep
between
is
the
set in a vast,
YouTube.
expansive Pacific Ocean, and you need to survive after a plane crash.
For some reason, bro, the YouTube video and the OBS are not catching up. What's up with that, man? I'm trying to show you guys a YouTube video and it can't keep up. That's sad. I'm trying to do it, man. I'm trying to help you see these videos.
Leaving you stranded on an island. This is a game where every day is a fight for survival. You will need to battle against the elements, hunger, and a variety of oceanic and island threats. The nature of the game is survival. You will need to manage your basic needs while crafting, building, and even rafting between islands in your quest for survival. And one of the unique aspects of the game is the dynamic weather system and the day-night cycle, which not only affects the gameplay, but also adds a layer of realism and unpredictability. And whether you're crafting a simple spear or navigating the treacherous waters, the game offers a richly detailed and challenging survival experience that will definitely test your ability to adapt and overcome. Now, the core gameplay of Stranded Deep revolves around exploration, resource gathering, crafting, and survival. You are deserted on an island with nothing, and the game will not hold your hand. Instead, you must quickly learn to navigate the island's resources and dangers. And a typical day in the game could be waking up, then checking your basic needs, your hunger, your thirst, and health. And you then set out to gather coconuts for food. And while doing this, you might spot the shipwreck off the coast and then decide to make a rudimentary raft and paddle out in the hope to find supplies. There's also a diving part of the game takes place. You must manage your oxygen and fend off shark attacks while trying to gather resources from the shipwreck to further enhance you in the game. Now, crafting plays a pivotal role. You will start with basic tools like a rudimentary raft, but then later on you can make complex items such as motorized rafts. And the crafting of the game requires a lot of exploration and experimentation. For instance, constructing a shelter involves collecting sticks, instincts, and creativity to thrive.
Let's see the difficulty.
Stranded Deep has a steep learning curve that might intimidate new players, but offers a really gratifying experience once you get into it. The game does not hold your hand. Instead, it drops you into a survival situation with minimal guidance, forcing you to rely on your instincts and creativity to thrive.
They all start with you crashing,
as it might be really challenging as you need to navigate and learn the game mechanics and island dangers. Finding fresh water is a critical early challenge. Similarly, managing your health becomes a trial, and knowing what things are poisonous or not requires a deeper knowledge of the game. This is also the importance of trial and error that plays a significant role in the game. You are really encouraged to experiment with different strategies for resource gathering, crafting, and exploration. For instance, building your first raft may not have a very good outcome. Also, the game's tutorial is very basic, so you need a good mentality for trial and error. This is also why I say that the game appeals more to the hardcore player, who enjoys more of a survival simulation. So if you have never played a survival game before, this might be a really tough one to start out with. Now, the game really excels in creating an immersive survival experience with its stunning graphics, amazing sound design, and atmospheric depth. The game's graphics are definitely a highlight, boasting with realistic ocean waters, lush island vegetation, and dynamic gorilla effects that really bring the game to life. The attention to detail in the environment, from the way the palm trees sway in the wind to the really intricate underwater ecosystems, all contribute significantly to the game's immersion. This is also seen in the sound design that further enhances the game.
Ooh.
Immersive experience. The game features dynamic sound seen in the sound design that further enhances the game immersive experience. The game features dynamic soundscape that changes with the time of the day and weather conditions. The sound of waves crashing on the shore, the rustling of leaves, and distant thunderstorms all contribute to a deeper survival experience. Now, the atmosphere of the game is one of isolation, mystery, and constant danger, and this is done through both the visual and auditory elements of the game. It really creates a world that feels alive and teeming with unseen threats, and the game's environment definitely demands respect and careful exploration. Now for some pros and cons. The first pro is by far the immersive experience. I really enjoyed the realistic graphics, the sound design, and the dynamic gorilla system that all contributes to a really convincing and engaging environment. The next pro is the survival mechanics depth. Now there are games with more in-depth survival mechanics.
Okay, well, if there's
Like Green Hell, but Stranded Deep hits a really good middle ground. It includes hunger, thirst, and health management.
let's see, so it seems like my camera is slightly, well, my camera is very fast in latency, so like y'all are seeing me real time talking, but the video is like barely behind. So what I'm gonna have to do is add, guys, I have a whole template that I made. I might start selling it. I don't know. I might give it to people. Um, if you're interested in learning how to set up the stream, just hit me up, comment below, whatever. Might make videos on it, on my whole setup. You know what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna just share my entire screen. So this is what I'm looking at right now. This whole app basically is OBS. Second, you're not seeing everything right now. Are you? Maybe you are. This is not my entire screen. You're not even seeing YouTube. Weird. Very weird. That is really strange. Oh, that changed everything. I don't know why. All I did was click this show cursor. I checked and unchecked it, and now it's working. So sometimes little things like that will happen, and it's so confusing, bro. And it'll have you sitting here doing this shit all day. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna stream this real quick. It's gonna be easy. No, bro. No. Unfortunately, there's always some bullshit going on. So yeah. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. I wonder if you guys know what that's from. Anyway, this is the preview area right here to where I can see myself. Obviously, you're seeing my camera right here. This is trippy. Watch. But what I can do is I can hide things. What I did is I used this plus icon and created groups, so folders basically, and I put everything in folders. So if I have a FaceTime call, I have all the stuff for the FaceTime call right here. can show and hide right here. My camera, all the cams at once, or just the one camera at a time, which there's only one in that folder. I'm teaching you right now, I guess. Pretty cool. Gonna hide the FaceTime as a whole. Um, that's not relevant right now. And it also matters what layer it is. So like the cams are on top, obviously, so you can see me on top of the screen. Screen's at the bottom. Audio doesn't really matter where that's at. I could put that under the screen. Doesn't really make a difference. Audio pulls up right here. I made it to where it's vertical so I can see them very easily, but you can do it like this too. You can see it both ways. I kind of like it both ways, but it makes it a little more tightened up and smaller if, like, it's vertical, so I can make the screen small while I'm watching the video. So on the screens, I have this. I have the full screen, which was just me adding a source right here and clicking Mac OS screen capture, and then after I chose that, it pulled up something like this, and I chose what I want. Usually a window capture, which will just capture a certain window. Right now I'm on display, so you're seeing everything that I see. You can even do applications. So like if it was like FaceTime, that's an app on Mac. Stuff like that. So after I did that, you can then crop things. You can choose it like this, and then I can Alt or Option drag to crop, or you can just pull it and make it yourself bigger and smaller. So that's what I've been dealing with right now. I also have tons of other stuff that I didn't tell you about, like audio things, like filters. I got a noise gate, gain, noise suppression, compressor, all types of stuff. And that makes it to where you can't hear, it's wild. You can't hear the background. There's a lot of background noise. Can't even hear it. Also, the Mac has voice isolation, which made it even like way better quality. Way better quality. That is something I don't have on Windows. I have a Windows computer too, so I've done this on both. Anyway, all that said, I'm seeing a lag time right now between my screen. Not this. If I'm doing display capture, it's all good. I could just show you this. Let me see.
Alongside with crafting, building, and exploration. This makes you think strategically, and you also need to plan your actions carefully to survive. Next pro is the crafting and building. The game has a pretty
See, now
comprehensive
there's like
crafting and building
no
system.
delay because I'm on display capture, but then you can see everything that I see. So that would require me to get another monitor, but I don't want to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a delay to my camera, which I've never done before. I really don't exactly know how to do that. It says edit, render delay filter. So you can go to filters. I added this background removal thing as a plugin. Pretty dope. You had to download it online, and then it'll put it right into this. As long as you've installed it on your local drive. Then we got render delay. That's what I'm adding. So render delay, and then let's try like 500 milliseconds is what it's telling me on ChatGPT. So, yes, there's a delay, see, in real time. I mean, you can't really tell. You can't tell. Well, actually, you probably can tell. You're hearing the audio is off. Well, that's why I'm going to add also a delay on the audio of 500 milliseconds. It's going to be a little annoying to watch, but that's fine. I'm only really showing you all this so you're not bored watching me do this. But also because I want to teach. So then, now for the mic. I gotta go to edit. Well, once we advanced audio property, edit advanced audio properties, and there's the sync offset. Oh, that's cool. 500 milliseconds. Now, what you're hearing is going to be at the same time, should be at the same time as my camera. We're going to test it out. And I'm going to go back to not sharing my full screen. Instead, I'm going to choose to share my YouTube, which I double click and make sure it's on the right one. This one. And then hide full screen. Boom. And let's see.
That allows you to create tools, shelters, and other survival
Yes.
essentials. And this aspect not only adds gameplay, but also depth. That allows for creativity in how
I'm
you
gonna
approach
talk
the game.
now, and I'm
for some of the
testing
cons.
out
The first con is a steep learning curve.
if this
The game's
is the right
tutorial is not
timing.
very comprehensive at all, and if you're a new player, or even worse, new to survival games overall, this might
New
not
to
be the game
survival
for you,
games
as it will
overall.
require significant investment of time.
Okay, now that I did that, I'm gonna listen back. I know that I said that right after he did. It looks great. That's dope. I mean, yes, there's a little delay on my end looking at it whenever I watch myself, but now I know I don't have a delay. You guys aren't hearing me have a delay. You aren't seeing me talk about it and hearing me talk about it earlier than you're seeing it. If that makes sense. I just did that live. That's pretty cool. I just taught you some stuff. Well, hell yeah. Let's do it. I guess the stream works now.
To understand the complex systems, and it's definitely a learning by doing game. Next con, and by far the worst one, is the technical issues. The game suffers from several bugs and technical issues that can really impact the gameplay. Now they have been addressed over time with multiple updates, but you will
I
still
mean, you are
encounter
seeing a little lag there though. And I don't know 100% why. So that's another thing I want to fix. I've already affected a lot of my settings though, so I don't really understand what's going on. Oh man, always something, man. It's always something. Now I got that timed perfectly. not the internet, it's OBS. So I'm gonna have to drop my browser resolution on YouTube, click the settings, and drop playback over F. Alright, let's do that. Settings. I'm gonna go on OBS. Well, can't really change too much while I'm on stream. Alright, well, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna stop streaming, go live.